This movie tells the story of an elite team of soldiers who are assigned to stop the collapse of humanity. They have to descend into a radiation-polluted city and perform the ultimate stealth mission using high-tech armor and weapons. But they have to be careful with the hell on Earth that they face. One night, in the dead zone, two people wearing gas masks. They are ready to blow up a car, but the remote they use runs out of battery. Forced, one of them takes off his glove, where his skin is seen smoking from radiation. After replacing the battery, they immediately blow up the car. Not long after, a horde of zombies are seen running around the car. It turns out the car was already fitted with a time bomb that eventually destroyed them. As they walked among the rows of parked cars, unexpectedly, one masked person was attacked by something invisible. Realizing the absence of the partner, the remaining masked person tried to look for him, until she finally found her partner lying with his head severed. But, seeing the zombie figure, he hurried away. Switching to a military camp, a commander gave a task to 4 special forces named Boss, Sinclair, Danner, and Ton to enter the death zone to go to a lab and secure the prototype vaccine there. They were assigned because the vaccine had not been proven effective, while there were still many zombies who survived the radiation bomb explosion. Therefore, the government did not want to take the risk by sending more troops. Moreover, the radiation explosion caused the zombies to become calmer, faster, and more aggressive than any runner. To carry out the mission, they were accompanied by a technician named Ajax. They were also equipped with a number of sophisticated weapons and protective clothing that were new types. Thus, they became the first team to use and test the protective clothing. Therefore, Boss and Ajax tested the ability of the protective clothing by doing close combat. After ready, the 5 special forces were taken by plane to the death zone and jumped through the thick radiation smoke. Once they reached the ground, they immediately flew a drone to monitor from the air. Then, their journey began. On the way, they found the bodies of zombies that were charred by the explosion from a car, where they also found the remains of the time bomb that blew up the car. Not far from there, Sinclair saw a zombie leaning on a wire fence but still moving. Only Boss forbade him to fire unless the zombie attacked them. After Danner's drone camera confirmed that the road ahead was safe, they rushed to the lab. Inside, they saw a number of bodies that had already fallen, until surprisingly, a zombie appeared, but they managed to kill it. After exploring for a long time, they finally reached the vaccine storage room that was isolated from radiation, so they could open the protective helmet. When Ajax started collecting the vaccine prototype, Boss ordered Danner to communicate with the base to be ready to pick them up. Unfortunately, the signal was blocked by the thick radiation smoke. Along with that, the drone captured the movement of a number of zombies. Unfortunately, the drone also suddenly exploded in front of them. Therefore, Boss ordered them to get ready. Sure enough, the explosion turned out to lure a horde of zombies rushing towards them, so the battle could not be avoided. Due to the zombies being too aggressive, Danner was finally bitten. But unexpectedly, the zombie was killed by someone wearing a mask. The masked person also immediately bandaged Danner's wound and invited them to follow her. Because Danner needed help, Boss reluctantly ordered to follow the person. Only they did not realize that the zombies they left behind were suddenly pulled by something. In an underground bunker, they placed Danner on a table. Apparently, the masked person was a woman who mentioned her name as Goodman. Seeing Danner's wound that was already infected, Goodman said there was nothing they could do. Even though Danner's arm was amputated, hearing that, Boss decided to use the vaccine prototype, even though Ajax forbade it. Unfortunately, right after being injected, Danner stopped breathing. But not long after, surprisingly, he rose with normal condition. After a while, Ton found a time bomb like the one they saw in the car before. For that, Goodman told them that she and her brother were the ones who had blown up the zombies in the car. When they were about to continue their journey, Goodman said she had survived in the city for a month and thought they were a rescue team. Unfortunately, Ajax refused to take Goodman on the grounds that she was not part of their mission. But hearing Goodman's explanation and ability, Boss decided to take her with them. Boss then showed the location where they would be picked up and asked if Goodman knew a place to take shelter while waiting for the pickup time. Therefore, Goodman told them that there was an old tunnel under the train station. Hearing that, Boss invited them to go there. On the way, they planted a bomb in a place to divert the zombies' attention if needed. Not long after, Sinclair saw a number of zombies roaming near the trap, but Boss forbade them to activate the explosive until they were far enough from the place. From there, they headed to the train station, which was also messy. Worse, Ton's helmet was damaged, so they had to go to the basement to take off the helmet. In a room, Ajax fixed Ton's helmet. Meanwhile, Boss ordered Sinclair and Goodman to return to the entrance to make sure there were no zombies coming down. Meanwhile, he and Danner looked for another door to get out. On the way back, Sinclair and Goodman saw traces of blood, until surprisingly, a zombie attacked Boss, but they managed to kill it. At the exit, Sinclair saw a zombie figure passing by, so he decided to check. Meanwhile, Goodman guarded inside. Underground, suddenly Boss's communication was cut off with the others. Along with that, his helmet also malfunctioned and caused him to not be able to breathe. So he was forced to open the helmet. Feeling something was wrong, Danner rushed to Boss. Luckily, Boss's helmet returned to normal and could be used again. Elsewhere, Sinclair, who saw a zombie figure, had to kill the zombie who also saw him. After a while, Sinclair, who realized there was a mysterious figure watching, he immediately reported it and tried to follow. Unfortunately, something stretched out and attacked Sinclair from behind. Then, Goodman was startled by Sinclair's helmet that was thrown, exactly like his brother's mask before. After a while, Boss and the others reached the exit. As a result, Boss put Sinclair's helmet on Goodman so they could communicate. Assuming that Sinclair could not survive in the middle of the radiation without wearing a helmet, Boss decided not to endanger their lives for the sake of looking for Sinclair and continued the mission to bring the vaccine out. But suddenly, a sound from inside the station startled them. So, Boss ordered them to detonate the bomb trap they had set up. Finding the zombies rushing to the explosion, they used the opportunity to leave the station. In the middle of the journey, Danner, who saw a tower, intended to try to contact the base. Therefore, he and Tan decided to climb the tower. Meanwhile, the others were on guard below. After a while, Goodman heard a strange sound from a building. Just as he managed to contact the base, suddenly the connection was cut off due to a strange signal that hurt Danner's ears. When the condition returned to normal, Danner was so shocked to find Tan being strangled by a horrible creature. Unfortunately, Danner's shot only hit the creature's finger. Moreover, he had to free fall from the top of the tower due to being pushed by Tan's body. After landing, Goodman found Danner paralyzed and had a concussion. Not far from there, Boss found a piece of finger with long nails. At the same time, Danner regained consciousness. Amazingly, he recovered as if he had no injuries. With the discovery of this finger, Boss assumed the virus in the zone had mutated. Boss then ordered Ajax and Goodman to check the tower for Tan. Meanwhile, Danner told what he saw on the tower and the deafening sound he heard earlier. Because they didn't find Tan, Boss assumed Tan was dead because Tan didn't talk to them. Meanwhile, the horrible creature was sucking Tan's blood, where his severed finger was seen growing back. From there, Goodman invited them to take the car battery that was lying near her brother's body. Then, from behind a car, they didn't realize the creature was watching. Even though they heard a strange sound, after making sure the car battery was still working, Boss invited them to leave the place. In a building, Goodman showed an old car belonging to her brother. As soon as the battery was installed, they intended to escape immediately. Unfortunately, suddenly a creature appeared and slammed the car until it was damaged, but the figure immediately ran away from their shots. Danner told the figure that he saw attacking Tan. Due to the damaged car, they intended to leave on foot. Unfortunately, it turned out that the zombies had surrounded and rushed in. So, the battle happened again. In this attack, Boss was infected. For that, Goodman had to inject Boss using the vaccine they brought. Even though there were only 2 vaccines left, after successfully killing the zombies, Boss invited them to go through the underground path. But Goodman refused to join because the mysterious creature was there. As a result, they had to leave Goodman alone. As they left, a zombie attacked Goodman, but she managed to overcome it. Meanwhile, Danner, who found the exit, soon told the others. Unexpectedly, the creature attacked him from behind. But as soon as he stabbed his tongue, the creature was in pain. Seeing that, Ajax tried to attack him. Unfortunately, the creature screamed and emitted a sound that hurt their ears very much. When the creature disappeared, they tried to help Danner, but due to the wound he suffered, Danner only asked for his helmet to be opened before he finally died. Shortly afterwards, Goodman came back to them. This incident made them realize that the creature wanted their blood. Therefore, they planned to use Danner's blood to lure and blow up the creature. Next, they hid and waited for the creature to arrive. Waiting for a long time, the creature did not show up. Meanwhile, the pickup time was almost up. For that, Boss and Ajax had to come out of hiding to look for the creature. Apparently, the creature appeared and attacked Ajax. Hearing Ajax in danger, Boss rushed to him. Unfortunately, Boss found Ajax, who was badly injured on Goodman's side. Realizing the wound was very severe, Ajax asked for the detonator to be handed over and ordered them to leave. Having no other choice, Boss and Goodman had to leave him. As they left, the creature came back and approached Ajax. In the last seconds, Ajax tried to press the detonator. Unfortunately, the detonator did not work, so the creature easily began to extend its tongue and suck Ajax. Not long after, the creature also came out and attacked Boss. But, as happened to Danner, the creature was in pain as soon as its tongue sucked Boss's blood. This opportunity, Goodman used to attack. But the creature managed to escape. Due to the blood that kept flowing, Boss finally passed out. Some time passed, Boss woke up in the bunker with his body that had been flowed by a bag of blood by Goodman. Remembering what happened, Boss realized that the vaccine in his and Danner's blood was what caused the creature to stop sucking their blood. Then, after Goodman showed a box of unvaccinated blood bags, Boss confidently made a plan to lure and kill the creature in the bunker. Sure enough, before the blood was finished spreading, Goodman saw the creature appear. Then, she hurried to hide. Unfortunately, the creature's tongue was long enough to strangle Goodman, but Boss quickly attacked it. As soon as the lights came on, the creature emitted a sound that hurt the ears, so it easily attacked them. Because of this, Boss immediately took off his helmet, where it turned out that the creature's scream did not hurt the ears if heard directly. From there, even though he knew there was only one vaccine left, Boss still stabbed the creature's body with a syringe. Seeing the creature in pain after being vaccinated, Boss invited Goodman to leave the bunker, which soon exploded. In the morning, they managed to get out of the death zone, where a helicopter pickup was seen coming. Here, it means they successfully completed the mission with the vaccine that had flowed in Boss's body, even though the sound of a similar creature was still heard from Boss's helmet. And the movie ends.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Because by subscribing, you have supported me to make better videos. See you in the next video.